Look at the evil queen from Snow White. By any objective measure, she possesses absolute authority. She sits on a throne, she controls the military, and she commands the wealth of an entire kingdom. She already has everything required to rule. Yet, despite having all this physical proof of her supreme status, she wakes up every single day and performs a bizarre ritual. She walks up to a piece of polished glass and asks it to validate her existence. She isn't actually asking a factual question about who is the fairest. She is begging the mirror to grant her an identity. She needs the reflection to tell her that she is safe, that she matters, and that she is enough. We do the exact same thing. Instead of a silver mirror on a castle wall, we hold glowing screens in our hands. We check our metrics, our bank accounts, our text threads, and our social feeds to see if we are okay today. There is a massive vulnerability built into this daily transaction. When you ask an object to define you, you surrender your internal authority. You are taking your sense of self and handing the controls over to something outside of your mind. When you let the outside world finish the sentence, "I am," you give it total control over your reality. This fragile system works fine until the mirror changes its tune. One day, the reflection introduces a new, unexpected variable. Snow White is now the fairest. This diagram shows the exact moment the queen makes a fatal error in logic. She doesn't hear a neutral piece of data about a girl in the woods. Instead, she instantly interprets this new information as a direct downgrade of her own internal worth. We replicate this error constantly. We look at an ignored text message, a rejected job application, or a post with 0 views, and we weaponize that data against ourselves. We translate a neutral event into a full-blown identity crisis. A metric only reports a physical condition at a specific moment in time. It is the human mind that attaches the debilitating label of failure to it. In response to this perceived failure, the queen panics. She decides the only way to feel powerful on the inside is to aggressively manipulate the outside world. She concludes she must eliminate Snow White. The moment you accept an external downgrade as a fact about yourself, you become trapped. You are locked in a frantic, exhausting cycle of trying to fix the physical world just to repair your own internal state. She sends the huntsman. She uses a poisoned comb. She tightens the corset laces until they nearly snap. Every escalating action is a desperate attempt at forcing the outside world to validate her again. Here is the glaring irony of the story. Snow White was singing to birds in the woods. She was never actively attacking the queen. Yet the queen centered her entire existence on fighting the girl. We do this when we obsess over a stubborn algorithm, an uncooperative ex, or a bad economy. We falsely believe that if we just fight and solve these external problems, we will finally secure our internal peace. But reality operates on a specific mechanic. Look at this visualization. Whatever you continuously focus your awareness on will inevitably grow and consume your experience. This mechanic destroys the queen. By constantly centering Snow White in her mind, the girl became the dominant, inescapable force in her reality. That obsession cost the queen her kingdom and ultimately her life. Trying to conquer the outside world by obsessing over it only ensures the outside world becomes your master. The ultimate tragedy of this fairy tale is that the queen didn't lose her power because she was physically inferior. She lost her power the precise second she allowed a piece of glass to tell her who she was. A mirror, just like the physical 3D world around us, has a very limited mechanical function. It is merely meant to reflect a past state of being. It has no ability to judge your current value or dictate your future worth. Try this for one full day. Go 24 hours without letting a single bank balance, text message, or external event dictate your internal identity. This chart outlines the technique of neutral observation. When an event happens, stop the automatic reaction. Look at the result and name only the factual occurrence. Strip away all the personal meaning. It is just a neutral fact, completely separate from your identity. Detaching from the outside reflection creates massive psychological freedom. When the mirror no longer controls your emotions, you finally operate from a place of true internal power, deciding for yourself what your reality will be. An external mirror can tell you if your crown is straight, but it can never tell you if you are a queen.